Greetings Sharky's Garage fans, greetings RC fans, and here we are with another podcast, and this time I'm out at Funduro. I was here yesterday and I ran the 12-hour endurance event. This is the Sunday, and we're up and all the rest of it. We'll get on with that. Don't forget to do the usual things, like, comment, subscribe, and then we'll get into the podcast action. So who are you and what do you do?
My name is Steve Alcock. I'm one of the Funduro team. I'm basically responsible for most of the man-made obstacles you can see behind us, and one of the organisers and original members of the team since we started in 2018. 2018
yeah. Was the first Funduro.
Yeah.
And obviously you missed out one during lockdown because it just didn't work.
2020 we couldn't hold the event at all. 2021 was supposed to be held around about this time, but that got delayed until August last year. So this is the fourth actual Funduro over 5 years we've run it.
Cool. So what is Funduro?
Basically, Funduros, we have two different setups. You've got the 12-hour endurance event, which is the sort of main attraction. And then alongside that, you've got the usual sort of pay and play type event where people come and just drive around the course at their own leisure. The 12-hour events obviously got a little bit stricter. Competitors have to book on and off the course. They're given penalty times for the amount of time spent off the course, and everybody seems to want to try and clear it with as fewer penalties as possible. And what happens at the end of the event is if you've wrapped up 15 minutes, instead of finishing at 9, you'll finish at 9:15.
Okay.
And so on. And that's pretty much the event wrapped up. They do 8 till 1 in the morning, and then 2 till 9 at night, and then finish, obviously, dependent on penalties.
Up till maximum 9:45?
9:45, yeah. Otherwise, if we allowed them 2 hours worth of penalties, we wouldn't be stopping till midnight, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So.
And also, you need to get some time off and whatever as well.
Yeah, because we have to. Obviously, we've got to keep the track in sort of usable condition. So we're sending people out during the day, putting the markers back up, and making sure everything's okie-doke, so everybody knows where they're going. And yeah, it's pretty much about it.
So how many gates on the course?
Main course is 500 gates. And then you've got 4 variation sections, which 10 gates apiece.
Yeah.
So you can mix it up a little bit.
Particularly important if you're doing the enduro,
yeah,
so you've got different lap.
It just gives you a little bit of something different to do on each individual lap.
Yeah.
The main crux of it is to have fun. It's not really a strict competition. The time is the main factor. Gates wise, there's no penalty point for touching gates or knocking gates over and whatnot. You don't particularly have to stick to the course if there's something that's, like if you're driving a nice scale truck that's lovely painted and got a nice hard body on it. Some of the gates can be quite difficult, so we say if you don't want to drive it, drive around it, carry on. As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Cool, and you can run anything in that, from your cheap £99 FTX Ravine to £1,000 Capra builds.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anything they want.
Yeah.
Again, it's based on fun. We didn't want it to be a strict judge.
So how did Funduro come about?
Back in 2017, when we were out on a trail day.
Is that with the Northwest?
North. It's a mouthful. North Wales, Cheshire, and Northwest RC crawlers.
Right. Okay.
Scalers, sorry.
Yeah.
We were out on a trail run, and Mickey, the main man of the group, come up with the idea, and me and Steve Williams were with him, and thought, it could be a go if we could get somewhere to do it. And that's how it all started, and we sort of ganged in a load of other people that we could get to help out. And the first year we held it at Centrepoint RC in Swadlincote.
Yep.
Which was a bit of a job because they had basically a few obstacles, a flat field and a load of woodland by a lake, and we spent the best part of 8 months building a course there.
Yeah.
So there was quite a lot of effort went into the first one, and unfortunately the event ran fine, everything went to plan, but by the second year they basically closed down, so we lost the course. So that's how we ended up at Bracken.
Okay.
Was, you know, one of the places we use for another event we do called the TTT, which is the Tiny Truck Trials.
Yeah.
And then it's been our home for the last 3 years. So.
Cool. So should we have a bit of a walk round and take a look at the? So behind me here we've got the main HQ building, where.
Well, we obviously during the day we have the booking in and booking out of people both days. They have the bring and buy selection, the raffles all day. It's pretty much the headquarters for everything.
And then we've got carpet challenge.
Yeah, we've got the Ace of Axminster climb, which is see how far your rig can get up the wall.
Right.
In degrees. We've got a little basher track around here that you can see, which you can basically run anything on. Rally cars, 8 buggies, truggies, monster trucks, whatever.
Yeah. And then over the back we've got the camping field.
Yeah, camping field's down here, which is usually quite busy. It's a little bit quieter on a Sunday now.
Yep. So a lot of rigs about, a lot of people about, and puppy friendly.
Oh yeah.
Hey Franco.
Morning, you alright?
Decided to bring them for a little bit.
Obviously the puppy's not that friendly.
Yeah, so and then you've got portaloos and stuff like that, but there's no fresh running water on site, so you need to bring it with you. The other important people, if you are camping, is take all your rubbish home. Do not leave rubbish behind. Bring bin bags with you and take it with you. It is something that is quite important, is reinforced a few times. So if you are coming, make sure you do that, please. So we'll have a wander around, see some of the other members of the team. You run a raffle which you draw on the Saturday.
Yep.
And all of those that buy drivers tickets for the weekend get a strip of raffle tickets. And then there's other raffle tickets you can buy on top. See some of the other members of the team here getting their breakfasts and stuff.
Morning.
Good morning.
All looking very rested and ready for a day of action.
This is the second year you've had the cider?
Yeah, cider van's actually Sally's brother.
Okay, so you've got that licensed bar and so we've got burger van.
Maxine's burger van.
Yeah.
The GCRC.
Got Gareth and GCRC team here.
Tiny 4x4 and Overland RC.
Okay, cool. So you said you were responsible for building the permanent bits of stuff here.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk us through some of that? Because some of this is quite familiar, because for the last couple of years, in between events, you've loaned it to the BRCC and it's been stored down there.
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of this come from the first Enduro originally.
Yeah.
The big seesaw was probably the first thing that we built.
There's the start gate for the start of the 500.
So that's quite tricky now because the wood's gone quite slick. The drawbridge, which is another original from the first Funduro.
I love how this works. It's fantastic.
Both of them are quite delicately balanced.
Yeah. Yeah, and you need to be a good driver, because otherwise you find your rig goes off the side up on the teeter-totter. And you can mess your mates up by just sitting your rig on the bottom so it won't tip over. Looks like it might need a little bit more grip tape on.
Yes, it's due renewal, I think.
Some, oh! Cool. So yeah, we've got that. The axle breaker.
Yes. It's a bit of a nasty one, that.
Spiral of death.
The spiral was new last year. That was last year we had my Land Rover and Pete's Land Rover 101 set up over the far side, and this was leading up onto my bonnet.
All right.
We had a couple of bridges going across from my disco to into Pete's 101, and then they drove through and out and down back onto the course.
Yeah.
There's some stuff from Burke that's come up this year that Sean's let us use.
Yep.
Because we're storing it up here for a while for him until they've moved the sites.
Yep.
The roller coaster's another original from the first Funduro. Getting to look a little bit tired now, so that'll need some work.
Yeah, but if we get it shot blasted down and a coat of hammerite on it, and that, it will then go another several years. And also, obviously, Burke had a problem where the areas they had were being flooded, which you know. But cool. So and then the off-angle teeter-totter.
Yes. Which always usually catches people out. So basically, as you drive across this, as you get to the midpoint, as well as it tipping forwards, it tips sideways.
Yeah.
And then as you come down, it'll go down like that.
Yeah.
When you actually see a rig go over it does change angles quite considerably.
Yeah. Cool. So should we have a walk out to where the scale garage are and some of the other areas? I really appreciate you doing this. The idea is to...
Is it still running?
Yeah.
Some wood needs sorting out on these, mate. There's some wood needs sorting out on the teeter-totter and whatnot.
So yeah, team of that. Today we've got the guys doing a charity version of the GCRC competition with Class 1, Class 2 and Class 3 running. And it's got Paul on the desk there. This is the finish gate, or the back of the finish gate. So when did the scale garage, is this the first year you've had the little scale garage for people to have their photos taken with?
One of the group's members, Andrew, or Drew as he's known, he's built this and just brought it up for us to display. So people get a chance to pull up outside and take some nice pictures of the rigs.
And it's all illuminated inside, and at night it looks really amazing.
Yeah, I've seen that last night.
So you've got many different types of terrain here and stuff like that, and the other section that's up here, we've got a wet section and a mud bog section.
Yes, a little bit more wet and muddy than we normally like it, but we have Jack, our resident mud monster, who always likes to get his shovel in and create a bit more than is usually needed.
Yeah, and I know partway through the day yesterday he put some dams in, and that saved it getting too flooded at the bottom end.
Yeah. The thing is with the mud section is, again, because it's not a competition as such. If you don't want to drive it, you don't want to get your mud, you don't want to get your rig dirty, it's your pride and joy, or you don't want to risk any electrical issues, then you can always skip round it.
Yeah. The whole point is people having fun, but providing something for everybody to have a...
There's quite a few people that love a bit of mud, and then there's other people that really don't like going anywhere near it, so they can choose whichever way they want to go.
Cool, cool. If we ever wander past there, and then there's the rock and the rock slide, which has broken a few rigs because people have taken them off it, but is a really interesting challenge. People with all sorts of rigs out here having things. I mean, we're out to gate 25 here already. So what are the sort of costs, looking at this year as an example? So if somebody wanted to come for the weekend camp and that this year, what were we talking?
So entry fee on the Saturday is £15. That includes a script of 5 lottery tickets.
I'll just set that gate back up.
So you're automatically entered into the raffle.
Yep.
Like I say, you've got a choice then. You can either do the 12-hour endurance event, or you can do just a pay and play drive around the course as much as you want. The Sunday's usually £10 entry. There's not an actual event on, the course is just left open, and again you go round and play at your leisure. And
then you've got the new thing this year with the GCRC guys coming up to run the crawler comp to add to that on a Sunday.
Well, usually we run 3 sections of tiny truck trail courses on a Saturday afternoon and a Sunday afternoon. But GCRC have come to us and they wanted to hold around here, so we've allowed them to take that over, and takes a little bit of pressure off your organising team and creates something a little bit different and perhaps then more for the tiny trucks another time. Yeah, it attracts the GCRC crew to come up and have a go at the Funduro. And so people have been travelling from all over the country. Yeah. So so we got all of this. You've got some running water because you've got the tanks and stuff to get some water in, and all of this area here. If we walk up to where the slide is, that would probably be and it's all going for charity, and it's been the same charity you've supported throughout, which is now called Bloodwise, but it was originally the blood cancer charity. And you've raised in total over £15,000 for them now. I think it's £15,000 to £16,000. That's without this year's. Yeah. I mean, we had the first year, I think we had 90 people attend. 2019 we had around about 130, 140 on a Saturday. 2021 and this year we've gone over 200 each day. And you cap it at 250 drivers, but that there is a few extra allowed for children and stuff like that, so it means that it doesn't get too... It's mainly down to parking rather than actual cut space on the course. The course is plenty big enough to take 300 people, but it's just not doable parking wise. See some of the rigs running here. This is quite a steep section. People out with families having fun, which is what it's about. And right guys, that's it for this podcast. So 12-hour scale enduro Funduro in aid of Blood Cancer UK. Hopefully we'll see a load of you here next year. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.